This presentation of Channel 2 News is a repeat of last night's 11 o'clock newscast, recorded for playback at this time for viewer convenience.
From the KATU Television Center in Portland, for Oregon and Southwest Washington, this is Channel 2 News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Dunn. Well, jazz lovers and jazz artists are getting their second win tonight before the Mount Hood Jazz Festival starts another full day tomorrow. Today, 10,000 people were in Gresham to listen to some of the finest jazz artists in the world, including Oregon's own Curtis Salgado. Day 2 of the festival starts tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock, and closing the show will be another Oregonian, Doc Severinsen, and the Tonight Show Band. Well, crews are working to repair a 1,000,000-volt power line that carries electricity between Oregon and California after vandals cut down towers that support that line. The BPA system starts at the Dalles and stretches all the way to Los Angeles. The vandalism occurred last night about 200 miles north of L.A.
There's direct evidence, apparently, of some of the guy wires being cut on this structure, which is a single point type of a structure. The guy wires keep the structure up in the air. As these guy wires were cut or broke, then that tower fell into and drug the other tower down.
Now, despite the downed lines, no power outages have been reported tonight. Well, Terry Jackson, once known as Silas Trimbyssel, is heading to a California prison tonight. There, he will spend up to 2 years for trying to bomb an ROTC building in Seattle 17 years ago. Jackson was sentenced in June. He will stay at a federal prison near Los Angeles. Jackson says when he gets out, he'll return to his job as a physical therapist in Eugene. Where there's smoke, there may be a drug lab. At least that's what firefighters in North Portland learned today. They responded to a call of smoke coming from a home in North Peninsula, and when they tried to turn off the electricity, they found a trap door that led to a methamphetamine lab. Nobody was home at the time, and no arrests have been made yet tonight. Fire damage to the house is estimated at $9,000. Well, if you know someone who's harvesting marijuana, the State Sheriff's Association would like your help. It's that time of year marijuana is harvested, and the association is providing a toll-free hotline number if you know someone involved in marijuana growing operations. The program offers rewards of at least $50 for tips that lead to drugs. Musicians, dancers, actors, and artists turned out in Newport today to celebrate an event that has been 3 years in the making. The groundbreaking ceremony for the Newport Center for the Performing Arts. The 23,000-square-foot art center will have seating for 300 with a total cost of nearly $2 million. More than 200 people showed up for the event. The center is expected to be finished sometime next summer. For a brief time this afternoon, Governor Neil Goldschmidt became Officer Goldschmidt. Now, what is Oregon's chief executive doing dressing as a cop? Well, it turns out he's making a cameo appearance on From Oregon with Love, a Japanese TV show watched by over 400,000 people. And not only will the governor be seen in Japan, he's even got a line of dialogue.
We're reading all this into the radio.
Okay.
Are you going to ask him for?
So literally, it's like I wrote it down, or am I going to have to know the lines?
I think they want you to know it.
Oh,
I
okay.
can check. You're on my
Ask him.
And being the quick study the governor is, he got the line down in just 2 takes. That's pretty darn good for the governor. Not bad at all.
Real good. Real good.
Yeah. How you doing tonight?
Well, pretty good. Pretty
kind
good.
of a boring boxing match today.
I think we've both seen better fights in high school parking lots, to be quite honest. They called it a fight. Those who watched it are probably calling it something else tonight. We'll tell you about the Tyson Tucker heavyweight bout. And what's this all about, Lou Piniella? Just a little more action on the New York Verbal Exchange. We'll show you what's getting Lou next on Channel 2 Sports.
Introducing the new limited edition Toyota trucks with the options you want, free. Chrome bumpers, front and rear.
Didn't cost a cent.
Full carpeting, cloth bench seats.
Not a penny more.
Sport striping, style steel wheels.
Comes with the truck.
The limited edition Toyota trucks. For a limited time only, get valuable options.
Free.
Who could ask for anything more?
Sonny, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to help your mother with the dishes.
You can't do that, Godfather.
I want you to clean up your room.
Sorry, Godfather.
Okay. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. Smooth, creamy Jell-O pudding.
Jell-O Instant Pudding and sugar-free Jell-O Instant Pudding. Kids love them, and they're ready in just 5 minutes.
Godfather, you have my every loyalty.
There are some people who desire a little more sass in their salsa.
Oh, yeah.
Who hunger for a little more soul in their taco. Who crave a little more life in their life.
All right.
Those who crave.
Whoa!
Ortega.
By not wearing clothes, we're more open, I think.
I enjoy it. I enjoy the sunshine.
You don't have to worry about your tan lines.
You aren't judged by the clothes that you wear.
I'd be concerned about being exploited.
I think they're inhibited.
Well, if people are going to go out and, be nude, I think they should have their own beach.
When you're born, you're nude, but then they put clothes on you and keep you that way.
It's not right. They shouldn't run around naked.
Should public nudity be allowed? Clothing optional. Sunday at 6 on Town Hall.
Hardly anyone is going to remember it as one of the more memorable heavyweight title fights. In fact, hardly anyone is going to remember it. Tonight's Mike Tyson-Tony Tucker fight was a real dud. There were no knockouts, no knockdowns, barely any punches landed. But the judges had to declare someone a winner, so after 12 rounds, the unanimous decision goes to Tyson. Probably the most significant thing about the fight is that for the first time in 9 years, the heavyweight championships are now unified. Tyson holding the WBA, WBC, and IBF crowns. Okay, a lot more action in New York today. The Detroit Tigers taking some good swings at Charlie Hudson. This is Darrell Evans with a punch-out in the 7th inning. But what gets Charlie is the very next Tiger does the exact same thing. Chet Lemon sours Charlie with a lemon drop to left field. It's 10-1 Detroit after this. Charlie hotter than a peppermill fire by now, so look at this. And he can't even hit Mike Heath, but umpire Ken Kaiser isn't fooled. Charlie, you go change your clothes, buddy. The Yankees lose a pitcher, the game, and their lead in the East shrinks to just 2 games. Detroit 10, New York 5. Sorry, Lou, you lose the argument. Toronto could have moved to a game and a half of the Yanks, but Cleveland's Scott Bale shuts them out instead. The A's move within 2 of the Twins. California gets even closer than that. Their win over Seattle moves them within a game and a half of Minnesota. Charlie Leibrandt tosses a goose egg at Boston. Chicago one better than Milwaukee, and the Orioles win again. Let's move over to the National League now, where the Giants get within 2 games of the Reds with the win, but Houston stays 4.5 back with the loss to the Padres. Andre Dawson hits 3 home runs against the Phils. The Cards get back in the win column against Pittsburgh. The Mets bomb Montreal to put the Expos 5 back to St. Louis. And the Dodgers beat Atlanta by a trio. A horse race that really was a horse race today. Ali Sheba, Bet Twice, and Lost Code all there at the wire at the Haskell Invitational. Here's the stretch run.
Twice to the front ahead. Lost Code at the rail, battles back. Ali Sheba in the middle of the track. And down the stretch they come. Bet Twice has the lead ahead. Lost Code on the inside, hanging tough. Ali Sheba tries to gain ground. 3 of them at the wire. It's going to be a photo. But it goes to Bet Twice.
Bet Twice wins the race and $300,000. Ali Sheba was second, Lost Code third. Well, in some other sports shorts tonight, in tennis, Chris Everett and Pam Shriver won their singles matches today to help the U.S. advance to the finals of the Federation Cup Tennis Tournament in Washington, D.C. Yvonne Lendl and Brad Gilbert will meet for the championship tomorrow. Gilbert got there by beating Boris Becker today. It was Becker's first loss on a hard court this season. And in golf, Curtis Strange and Andy Dillard are tied for the lead at the St. Jude's Golf Classic. And in case you've been sitting by the set wondering all night, the championships in arena football were held this evening. If you can name the 2 teams, Steve Dunn, I'll buy you a dinner tomorrow. Oh, you can read it on my script, can't you?
Denver, I'd say Denver beat Pittsburgh 45-16.
Denver beat Pittsburgh 45-16. I'll take you out. Okay.
You got. I like that Chet lemon drop too, Early. Did you come up with that all by yourself?
I was eating some lemon drops back there, and by golly, it just came to me just like that.
Yeah. Thank you, man. We're going to drop in on Steve Schill and the weather coming up next. But first, tonight's winning lottery number. So stay with us.
With the high price of new cars, some people are resorting to other means of transportation. But now there's the very affordable Hyundai Excel. Dependable front-wheel drive keeps you right on schedule. With room for 5, there are always plenty of seats. And with all its standard features, you can still buy it for a mere token. $51.95. The Hyundai Excel. Private transportation the public can afford. Hyundai. Cars that make sense.
What better way to spend a lingering summer evening than by listening to the finest classical music in the open-air setting of Pioneer Square. Summer Classics in the Square returns for its 4th season of intimate Monday night concerts. This series will present some of the region's finest musicians in performance, free of charge. Bring a picnic and join us every Monday at 6:30 for a delightful evening of music at Pioneer Square.
Want to save more time and money grocery shopping? Then you've got to think big. At Albertsons, you'll find big savings and big selection on everything you buy.
10-pound bag of C&H sugar, only $1.99. Janet Lee half-gallon ice cream for 99 cents. And bananas, 4 pounds for $1.
So why shop around, especially with the big savings you'll find at Albertsons?
Join us all week for AM Northwest. Monday, learn how to cope with the loss of a pet. And then Tuesday, presidential hopeful and Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis' wife, Kitty, will be here to talk about her recent recovery from drug abuse.
Wednesday, we'll share secrets for developing great legs. Thursday, women's doctor Phyllis Brown will examine how hormones affect your life. And Friday, discover machines that exercise for you. Join us every day this week for AM.
Well, rescue workers in Edmonton, Alberta are hard at work tonight searching for more victims of a devastating tornado. The 2-block-wide twister killed at least 25 people and injured hundreds of others. The hardest hit was a mobile home park northeast of town where half the trailers were either damaged or destroyed. The downtown escaped with little damage. It was the worst storm to hit Canada in 75 years. Some nasty stuff, Steve.
Oh, horrible situation. Let's talk about some nice weather that we've been experiencing and will continue to experience because of a nice high pressure system out there over the Pacific. We'll get to the forecast here very shortly. Let's check in with where we're sitting at right now. Out at the airport, it's 67 degrees. That gives us 50% relative humidity when you calculate in the dew point. Pressure right now holding steady at 30.07 inches. Northwesterly winds, well, a little breezy out there. Earlier this evening, they were gusting to about 21 miles per hour. Right now, to about 12. Across the nation today, at least 19 record highs either set or tied. Couple of them for you circled this evening. 97 degrees in Chicago, that's a record. 101 degrees this afternoon in Des Moines. That sets a record. And out here on the West Coast, several records broken today. 88 in San Francisco this afternoon. But the nation's hot spot, Death Valley, that didn't set a record. Still 121 degrees. Too hot for me and of course, for you, too. Washington, let's take a look at what happened this afternoon. Afternoon highs in the 70s and 80s. 81 degrees in Walla Walla, 80 in Vancouver. Oregon, afternoon highs along the coast in the 60s and 70s. Newport, 70 degrees. Brookings, 80 today. 92, the hot spot in Medford. 81 in Burns, 88 in Ontario. All right, let's take a look at our West Coast satellite picture, starting with the 3 p.m. satellite picture. Again, it's just a giant mountain river out here over the Pacific. We do have this weak frontal system that will ride up and over the top. We may see a few high clouds tomorrow, but again, the forecast, generally speaking, is for mostly sunny conditions through the Pacific Northwest and warmer temperatures. I might as well go to bed right now because that's really about it, but we'll give you the specifics here. Morning fog, mostly sunny skies along the coast by afternoon. It should be a nice day at the beach with highs near 70 degrees. It'll be sunny and warmer in southwest Washington. Vancouver, about 84. Willamette Valley, sunny tomorrow. Highs in the mid to upper 80s. Cascades, sunny Sunday. Freezing level above all peaks. Mostly sunny and warmer in the Gorge tomorrow. The Dalles will warm to 90 degrees. East of the Cascades, mostly sunny. Highs in the 80s. Portland, Vancouver. Tell you what, keep those sunglasses and the sunscreen handy because it's going to be hot. Well, warm, 84 degrees, and the fair weather will continue into Wednesday, mostly sunny to sunny conditions.
So looks like pretty good stuff. Now listen, you're a married man, so this doesn't really pertain to you, but if you have any friends that need companionship, pay attention to this last one, will you? All right, I know you've seen it before, but while many folks are looking for companionship in a singles bar, one man is taking his search to the streets. Now, for 2 years, Dan Horde has let people headed for the Mount Hood Jazz Festival know he's looking for a woman. Dan started advertising because he wasn't having much luck with bars or dating services, and while she doesn't have to be very attractive, she does need to have a little money. If you can't help him with a date, well, he's also looking for a job. Maybe he can meet a woman on the job. That would kill 2 birds with 1 stone. That's our report. ABC News is next. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a good night. Good night.